Welcome back to JD'z Garage. My name's Joe. Today I'm continuing on the fabrication of this Suzuki frame that I had to chop in half, put 6-inch extensions in here, and down here. We have been working on this swing arm right here. I did get the proper hardware to mount it properly, and we still need to widen this swing arm to get a big tire like this width on the back of this frame, which is upside down right now for the work we're about to do. But I'm going to fabricate this piece, put a bend in it to strengthen up my bottom here. Right here where this metal ruler is, I'm going to use this piece here we took off the bottom of the swing arm that we didn't need. I'm going to cut a piece of it to put right where it is there, right where this ruler is, and then this way we get a little more support on the bottom. And there will be more, because when we flip this bike back over, we're going to have to put another plate and probably a riser plate to adjust our motor. So we're going to do these three support pieces welded in. Down here I'm going to run a piece along the bottom similar to this little bracketry they had here, but that I cut off that held the gas tank on. But this thin piece here will just be a little extra support so I don't get any stress fractures in this extended piece I put here. I shouldn't. It's welded pretty good with 3 passes. Looks a little messy, but in an upcoming video I'm going to get my die grinder out and a flat disc, and we're going to clean this frame up. And so we'll do that. These three, I have a piece here. It's really hard to see right now with this bike upside down, but this side of the frame is connected here to the seat. For whatever reason, this side does not have that, and that's where we're going to put a support in with this piece right here. Okay, and then once I get these welded in, this stuff doesn't really take too long. We're going to get back on this swing arm and get this dude widened so it'll work. You can see I bought a piece of square tubing right here. This is where we're gonna cut about a 4-inch piece off. I'll get a precise measurement. But when we cut this swing arm in half to widen it, we're going to use that square tubing, which is roughly going to be around 4 inches, right in this area here to connect the swing arm, get it widened, still be able to use the same setup that they have. A lot better. This plate here, we're going to use the cutoff wheel on the grinder to take care of it. First, I've got my cutoff saw ready here with this piece, and the marks in there, we've got to cut it to get our 2 pieces to put on the back. So let's do that right quick. So now we have a piece to put there, just like that, and the next one will go here. So let me get set up. I'll go ahead and lay these 2 pieces here, then we're going to get the cutoff wheel and work on this piece and getting its bend. Alright, I got this piece clamped on my little welding table here. Lines are marked where I'm going to use the cutoff disc on the grinder one, and these clamps are really good. This is my welding table. Good, has my chop saw on the bottom. I even have a pedestal there for the welder to sit on, but I have it up top right now. And then I use this wire cage on the top. So this cart works out pretty well. I put these caster wheels on it with locks down here, you can see, and they're all locked right now. But a welding cart is an essential you have to have. So let me get set up here and get you at a good angle where you can see me cut this, and my camera away so I don't get any more damage to it from sparks. It's not fun getting metal in your eyes. I did it before at the welding yard I worked at. They have to turn my eyelid inside out to get metal out of it. So safety glasses are a good thing. You can see here, I got the piece in the vise. That's how I put my bends on it. Let me get this dude out of here. I had to kind of do a bend like such. Kind of comes down. That's an old weld from this metal. And then this way, it lays on here pretty good and fits. So I've got to clean the powder coating off these edges before I can weld it, and of course clean these up. I'm going to clean them up, get position with the welder, go ahead and tack these guys in place, and we'll move on to the next down here and then back to the swing arm. Alright guys, you can see I cleaned the pieces up and I've got them clamped on the frame. Frame's upside down still, and I'm going to go ahead and put some tacks where I can to hold these puppies in place. And this one up here, when I do go to full weld it, I'm going to have to get a clamp over here to push down just a hair so we make that bend right. But I'm going to go ahead and get these tacked up, and once I do that, I'm going to open the door and get set up for welding them. Might as well just knock it out and not leave anything undone on this bike. In metal. Alright, started to blow a little hole there, but we'll fill it and take care of that. Alright, you can see I got these tacked in. Got a little bit of trouble there. This stuff's really thin. That's part of what I get for stick welding. But I was a stick welder for a couple years, and I've always been doing my own projects. It's just what I do. If you ever do blow a hole, you just turn your welder down, come back and work each side, let it cool a little bit, come back and work each side, and eventually you fill it in and you're all good. So I'm going to get set up now. I've got the door open here. It's quite windy out there, cold front coming this way, but anyhow, this is going to look good and it's going to give it more strength. Before I could fully weld in these pieces, I thought, why not go ahead and put this bracket on right here and get it tacked on too, because there was nothing here. You see there's one here, that's pipe, that's probably better, but this is definitely better than nothing. It's tacked on, and you can see we've got strength here. Even with just the tacks, I could squeeze these pretty hard and get it to flex a little bit before we put these supports, and it's going to get even more. I'm going to get a full plate fitted in here, and it's going to be really solid down there. This bracket is help a little more with the seat here, okay? And then let me turn this dude around. or upside down, really. I thought, why not go ahead and tack this flat piece on here. This is going to be a bottom support because I put this extension in here, and I don't want any stress fractures. I ride in really rough terrain, but so this is just going to be a little support on the bottom. It won't affect the brackets that are going to be U brackets here and here and come up to bolt the tank on. But all this will be hidden by the tank. All that's going to be hidden by the motor. And once I get all this welded in, it's going to take a bit. With this thin metal and touching it up and getting it as strong as I want. But we'll get back to this swing arm. I can show you here this square tubing pipe. We're going to cut that dude in half. Just get this square tubing in there. And once we get that welded in, get everything I got welded in here, there shouldn't be much more welding or fabricating aside from maybe making some brake brackets that I may have to weld on if I can't find a way to bolt them on, that will hold the brake caliper in place for the disc on the axle with the wheel. And we're going to have to do something on the front too. But I think the route I'm going to take with this, I got to reupholster the seat I got, get new foam in it. I can get the gas tank at any time, put it on there, but I'd like to build up the back, get the axle on the wheel, the sprocket, the brakes, get the brake set, then come in and put the motor and see right where it needs to be, raise or lower, to allow the chain to come on the top of this side of the swing arm and under back here to the sprocket on the wheel. But we'll just see how it goes. But for now, I've got a lot of welding to do. Alright, I got these supports on the bottom fully welded in on each side. Good solid welds here. That's going to really strengthen this bottom part up. We've still got to fill this in here with this flat support we put on the bottom. I did get the other side done. Let me flip this guy over here. And you can see we got a lot of welding there. That's going to strengthen and support this up from stress fractures where I put this 6-inch piece in. Let's see, one more thing. I've got this bracket welded in. There was not one here to support the right side of this seat like the left side has something. So we've got that. So right now we're going to work on filling this in. My breaker again. That's alright. Gotta clean it up. Keep welding good. we have it, guys. Got our top welded in on this side just like the other. I think that's about 7 60-11 rods I put in there. But this is going to be mega support, especially that much weld in there too. And might have a few places to touch up here and there, but it won't take much. But we've stabilized this with all these braces, with that on both sides. It's going to be in good shape. So let's see. I think I'm going to have to end the video here. There's a lot more work with this swing arm we've got to do, a lot more welding. And I wanted to include it too, but I've already got enough footage and kind of strapped for time. So hang with me on this project. Like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, I'll see you.